Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. I am Miriam and I am part of the marketing team here at Canadim. If you're dealing with inadmissibility to Canada or you are worried that you might be, I'm going to break everything down in this video. Today we will be covering what a TRP is, who needs it, how to apply, and how to increase your chances of approval. So what is a TRP? A temporary resident permit, or a TRP, is a document that allows someone who is normally inadmissible to Canada to enter and stay in the country temporarily. Now, what does inadmissible mean? Inadmissible means that you do not meet the legal requirements to enter Canada. This could be because of 1, a criminal record, a medical issue, a past immigration violation, or even misrepresentation. But here's the important part. TRP is only issued if your reason for entering Canada outweighs any risk that you may pose. So it is important to keep in mind that immigration officers always take 2 things into consideration: your reason for travel and your potential risk. Now let's talk about eligibility factors. Although there is no checklist for approval, immigration officers do look at a few factors. The first being your reason for travel. Is it important? Is it urgent? Or is it necessary? A few examples of these reasons could be a business meeting, a family emergency, or a major event that's taken place. Second, they look at your level of risk. How serious was the issue that made you inadmissible in the first place? And the third is how much time has passed since that issue. Generally, the more time that's passed, the better. And fourth, they take into consideration your behavior since then. Have you stayed out of trouble, and have you shown signs of rehabilitation? The stronger you are in these areas, the better your chances of admissibility. Now let's discuss the reasons for inadmissibility. These are the common reasons that people may find themselves inadmissible to Canada. 1, criminal inadmissibility. This includes DUIs, DWIs, OWIs, OVIs, theft, and assault. Second is medical inadmissibility, which means that if you have a condition that poses a risk to public health or if it puts a strain on the healthcare system. The third is immigration violations. This includes overstaying a visa or working without authorization. At 4th place, we have misrepresentation. Misrepresentation includes giving false or misleading information on an application. Even just one of these on your record can make you inadmissible to Canada. Let's discuss the validity period of a TRP. So as I mentioned, TRPs, temporary resident permits, are always temporarily, except the length of stay can vary. Some are issued for just a few days and some can last up to 3 years. Additionally, these can be single entry or multiple entry permits. So once your TRP expires, you must leave Canada unless you've applied for a new one. TRP versus criminal rehabilitation. What's the difference? So this is where a lot of people get confused. A TRP is a temporary solution, emphasis on the temporary, whereas criminal rehabilitation is a permanent solution. A TRP may let you enter Canada despite being inadmissible, and criminal rehabilitation fully removes your inadmissibility. Think of it like this. A TRP is a short-term fix and criminal rehabilitation is a long-term fix. We've done all this talking, so how do you apply for a TRP? There are 2 main ways to apply for a TRP. The first is applying at a consulate before you travel. This is best for people that have planned trips because 1, you have time to prepare your documents, and this method is generally less riskier than the one that I'm about to tell you. So option 2 is applying at the port of entry. A port of entry means either at the airport or a land border. This is good for last-minute trips, decisions made on the spot, as you don't have to wait months for approval. However, it is risky because you may be turned away right then and there. And if you are refused, you will be required to leave immediately. Your application needs to be strong. You'll typically need a personal statement explaining your situation, proof of your reason for travel, court or police documents, evidence of rehabilitation, and letters of support if available. Your goal is to basically prove 2 things. 1, you are not a risk, and 2, your visit is justified. A few important things to keep in mind are that TRPs are not guaranteed. They are decided on a case-by-case basis by the immigration officer. Officers have full discretion upon your entry or denial, and a TRP can be cancelled at any time. Also, as we mentioned, TRPs are a temporary fix. Getting approved for a TRP once does not guarantee future approvals in the country. Let's go through some of your most common questions. Can I apply for a TRP with a DUI? Yes, in fact, DUIs are one of the most common reasons that people apply for TRPs. Can I work or study with a TRP? Only if it is specifically authorized and you have the proper permits. Can I extend a TRP? Sometimes yes, but you do need to apply before your TRP expires. So planning ahead is key. What happens if I am denied? At the border, as we discussed, you will be denied entry immediately. However, if you've applied in advance, you may be able to reapply. Is a TRP the best option? Not always, because if you qualify for criminal rehabilitation, then that's usually the best long-term solution. How do I improve my chances of approval? Be honest, provide strong documentation, show some change, show your rehabilitation, and clearly explain why this visit matters so much. Are you ready to take the next step into entering Canada even with a criminal record? At Canadim, our team is here to guide you every step of the way. You can get started by filling out the form located on our website, which I have actually linked down below in the description box to make it more convenient for you. Or if you prefer to reach out to us directly, you can email us at help@canadim.com, or you can give us a call at 1-844-774-0700. As always, if you found this video helpful or insightful, don't forget to give it a thumbs up, share it to a friend who may have something on their record from even years ago, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more immigration videos and tips such as this one. If you have any questions, concerns, or requests for future videos, please leave them in the comments below. I'd love to hear them, and I'm gonna try my best to answer each and every one of the comments. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in our next video.